Hello everyone, I'm not really sure what the order or format is that I'm going to do with this, but I wanted to post a demo of the Electro Harmonix SuperEgo pedal and the really the boss multi-overtone MO2 as well, because I'm going to use that quite a bit throughout this demo. So what the SuperEgo pedal is essentially a freeze pedal that captures notes when you're playing and captures a bit of your sound and then allows you to shape it. There is a speed control, a glissando, a dry, and an effect. So you can control the levels of the synthesizer engine and the level of your dry. The gliss kind of adds a portamento, and then the speed will change kind of the attack. I believe, at least that's how I understand it, and I think that's what makes sense as far as the explanations that I've watched. So I'm gonna at some point post an even more in-depth video about the SuperEgo and maybe the multi-overtone if you would like. The multi-overtone is a organ pedal that is a bit easier to kind of explain, but still very complicated. Because, well, I say it's an organ pedal, like, here. Like that, to me, that's an organ sound. The controls that you get are detune, tone, balance for how much effect and how much of your dry, again, that you have. And then you have 3 voice controls. And to my hearing, one of them does an upper octave, one does a lower octave, and one does both. But as far as the manual describes it, it's really not quite octaves. It's kind of, it says it's doing something else, but octaves are the easiest way that I could explain it. And the detune is adding kind of a rotary effect. Detune changes your pitch just a slight bit. And so the more you turn it, the more... extreme effect you'll get. So I'm just going to tweak it and play around with it. I have an RP 155, which is a multi-effects pedal that does all kinds of things. Does pretty much everything. That's going through the effects loop of the SuperEgo, so it's only going to affect the SuperEgo, the synth tail that's going on. I have an analog chorus that is after the SuperEgo, a Sandstorm distortion by K-Line, a metal muff, pocket metal muff by EHX, and at the very start I have a Mosky Spring reverb. And I am just gonna play around with it. I'm sorry I don't have a camera that could catch all of the different settings. In the future I'd like to try to get that going. I would like to try to get the best sound quality and some more angles and everything. I just don't have that option right now, and I want to have content. So, yeah, I'm going to put this up and see who watches it. But for now, I'm going to jam again for a little bit and then kind of explain some things, and then maybe jam one more time and try to keep this video around 15 or 20 minutes. Okay? Thanks. So right now I have the SuperEgo on latch which will capture an effect and then it will just freeze it infinitely, or until you turn that off, turn the pedal off. So. Sorry, I have like a flanger talking sort of effect in the effects loop, and a delay and a reverb. So it should sound pretty thick when I get the synth layer going. So the nice thing about the SuperEgo that I like on the latch function specifically is that if you hit the pedal and you just hit it once, it will turn down the level of what you're playing. And if you hold on the latch, you can play over it. And I have the guitar turned way louder. Let me, hold on. So there's that, that effect. And if you hold down the latch, it will kind of rise the dry signal and lower the synth signal. So that's really nice. And just to recap, I used the latch function on that. I switched the multi-overtone to the third setting, which I believe is both octaves. I'm not entirely sure. Again, like the manual and the whole media around the pedal, the sales pitch is that it's kind of doing more than just octaving, octave following. It's maybe doing some filtering, I guess, too. I think it's part of, it came out with the SuperEgo, and the SuperEgo was like this kind of warped delay effect that was supposedly doing more than delay, and it's a really good sounding effect, so I'm not going to knock Boss on doing that and trying to put a spin on their normal effects. You may think it's effective, you may think it's kind of contrived, but I had the Sandstorm on through part of it. The heavier distortion is, of course, the pocket metal, and I have the speed at about 11 o'clock, the glissando at about 11 o'clock, and both the dry and effect right now on 12. I had the effect a little bit lower and the dry a little bit higher, because the higher you have the effect, the louder it gets, and it can get pretty loud, which is, I mean, that's nice if that's what you want. I'm sure you could even put a step filter in front of it and just kind of tweak it and turn it into a sequencer. So yeah, I'm going to put it on auto, and if I can, I'm going to try to find my trem effect and kind of try to do something kind of rhythmic with the SuperEgo and make the multi-overtone a bit more of an octave pedal. I think I'll turn the guitar up louder and have a little less of an organ tone and a bit more of maybe a kind of a 70s dirty synth thing going, hopefully. So let's see how that goes. Okay, there is also a momentary function on the SuperEgo, which I'm not really going to explore today because this video is already getting longer than I wanted, and I want to do another video, at least one more, with the SuperEgo. I'm waiting on getting my hands on another delay and reverb that I can have affecting my guitar, so I can have separate ones affecting the SuperEgo and affecting the guitar. Really, the nice thing about that effects loop with the SuperEgo is you can just get kind of any cheap effect and throw it on there. So I think that's perfect. I hope that this video was informative, interesting, fun. If it was, please leave a like, please subscribe. I want to get more of this kind of content on this channel. Might even start a separate channel if it seems like I could do better with one for the vaporwave, synthwave stuff, and one for the more guitar-centric stuff. So let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.